Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel. It is indeed a beautiful Sunday morning. I am up. And guess what, guys? I woke up this morning and then I said to myself, I'm not ready to get up yet, so I'm going to go back to bed. But then I remembered reading, because last night I started reading my book. I think it was Friday, right? So and I was reading it yesterday as well. But last night in particular, I got to this point that says people who sleep a lot really don't have anything better to do. I mean, it's not saying you're not supposed to get your rest time, your 8 hours sleep, because I love my 8 hours of sleep. Regardless of what anybody wants to say, I love my 8 hours of rest. But it's saying persons who love to sleep a lot, which I can fall in that category any given day, because I will just sleep the whole day if I have nothing else to do, which is correct. Persons who sleep a lot have nothing better to do. So when I got up this morning, I woke up before my alarm went off and I said, I'm going to go back to sleep. But then I remembered reading the book and I'm like, you know what? I think I have something better to do this morning. So I'm up this morning and giving thanks for everything that, life has offered me and everything that there is to be received from life. So this morning, my book is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. And when I decided to get up this morning, I decided to practice a technique, a mind technique that I learned in the book. And it's called the Heart of the Rose. Now, the Heart of the Rose is simply you taking 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of your morning or any quiet time that you have, preferably in the morning though, and you take a rose, a flower, and you stare at that flower and you look at the heart of the flower and you try to see all the things, the different things about the flower, the smell, the texture, what you can visibly see, the makeup, the cut of the petals, anything that you can, the color, anything that you can visibly see or imagine about the flower. Now, it may seem simple, but it's not that simple because we are not so used to concentrating our thoughts or focusing on one single thing without, a flood of other thoughts coming in. It makes it a little difficult, or a lot difficult, I should say, because it was difficult. So I didn't have a rose petal where I'm at, so I decided to use this. So I looked at this plant, or this painting. I looked at this painting and I just started to imagine all the things about a rose that I know about a rose. And then I also looked at the other flowers there. I talked about the leaves, you know, everything, the depth, the colors, the texture, the aromas, the different, because they would have different smells and stuff like that, how they would grow. I mean, that was way off, but I found myself having floods and floods of other thoughts that had nothing to do with this rose. And each time something came into my thoughts, I had to like throw it out like, come on, come on. It's about the rose. I mean, the plants. It's about the plants. It's about the plants. And it took me 10 minutes to be able to go like about 40 seconds of concentrating on the painting before I was able to say nothing else is coming through. Now, I'm supposed to do this for 21 days to make it, into a habit, and it's supposed to get easier and easier, so much that I'm supposed to eventually spend 20 minutes, 20 whole minutes looking at a single rose, yes, and admiring all that there is about that rose without having any other thoughts infiltrating my mind. It is true that your mind is a garden. I've always been saying that. Your mind is a garden, and whatever you permit to grow there will grow. So if you want to cultivate roses and, tulips and all these, nice flowers, then you have to tend to your garden and you have to tend it well. If you do not tend to your garden, then things like, weeds and stuff will just grow, parasites and all of these things. And trust me, weeds, they don't need any help to grow. Them grow anyway, in a concrete cracks, dirt, water, anything, they will just grow. They don't need any sort of help to grow. So, and I put the weeds like negative thoughts. They don't need any help. Negative thoughts just keep coming. Negative thoughts or thoughts that are not important, wasting your time, wasting your thought processes, wasting the mental real estate in your mind. So I like to say your mind is a garden. You have to tend it properly, cultivate and fertilize and weed out what to weed out. And if you find something growing that you planted that's growing, that's not going to your benefit, feel free to all out and dash it away. Yes, feel free to pull it out and dash it away. So this morning, love you guys. Practice the heart of the rose. Just choose a flower, something. I like the rose because it's really nice smelling. But I guess it's not the only nice smelling flower, right? God made them all. So just choose something. If you don't have roses, choose an object or something that you can look at, that you can concentrate on, and just focus all your thoughts on that one thing, and just try to push back whatever other negative thoughts may be coming into your mind. So I hope that for the next couple of days I'll be able to share, little techniques and tips from my book. I don't know, maybe I'll finish reading it today. I'm like that. I want to dive into it. So happy Sunday. Love you guys. The heart of the rose. Tend your garden. Your mind is a garden. Don't permit any weeds to grow there. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday.